you knucklehead. We would have got stuck right in the middle of the search.
All right, but the search is over. When are we going to do something?
You know, Lex, I'm starting not to like the way you're talking to me.
I was only asking.
What are we going to do, Ree? Changing tactics. We're going to have to do the screws' job for him, get the stuff off Maxwell ourselves. Well, how are we going to find it when the screws didn't? We don't. We thumped the daylights out of him until they hand it over.
Oh, now you're talking. I'll be in that, eh?
No way.
Hey, Chucky's my mate, and I want a piece of them for what they did to me.
It'll only take 2 of us, and even if I did need more, you wouldn't be one of them. Not till you learn to do what you're told. Now, shut up and eat.
Well, when are we going to front him, Ree?
As soon as lunch break's over. Before the afternoon's out, that bitch is going to be sorry as hell she ever laid a finger on Chucky.
If we could just resolve it quickly without involving the department. If they get wind of it, I can't see how I can keep it off Julie's record.
Well, surely they'll see she's been set up.
By whom? At the moment, we're just going on our own feelings, and you know how much notice they took of those at the parole hearing.
Can't you use your own discretion and deal with it internally? And that way it'll be up to you whether it goes on a record or not.
I could, if the Deputy Governor agreed.
Oh, there's no chance of that. Not the way Joan and Dwyer have been in each other's pockets lately.
We could just find the slightest shred of evidence. I know she's innocent. I know she's been deliberately set up, and there's not a damn thing I can do about it.
Well, couldn't you tell Joan to give her another chance? I mean, she does have occasional flashes of humanity.
It's a long shot. Still, at the moment, it may well be her only chance.
Some of you are worried about Connors. That's why I've got you all here, to tell you once and for all that Connors is as good as finished.
Well, why isn't she here so you can tell her?
She knows what I think of her. Janet? I got you the cocaine, and I saved you from having it found in the cell search. Even Connors couldn't have done that for you.
How'd you do it?
Never mind. But wars are won by the side with the best supply lines. Now I'm giving you one last chance to be in at the start. So who's in?
Yeah, well, it's all real impressive, but how do we know you're not some 5-minute wonder?
Once we're in charge, we're going to stay there. Anyone ever gives us any trouble, we'll be stomped on. Real hard.
I still don't reckon you got what it takes to be top dog. You got to want it real bad. I don't reckon you do.
You're right. Well, almost, anyway. When I walked in here, those bitches gave me hell. They left me 2 choices, stay on the bottom or get on top. I can assure you I won't be staying on the bottom.
Assuming you get past Connors.
You just saw how clever she was, thinking I'd be caught out by a cell search. I'm a damn sight smarter than she is, and a hell of a lot more determined.
She can still crack heads.
What I have is brains. And if any of you think that's not a match for brawn, just look at your history books. Look, if you want to go down with her, fine. But if you're smart, you'll come in with us. The rewards are obvious.
Count me in. I reckon that goes for all of us, girls.
Be fools not to.
Very sensible.
Sorry to keep you waiting. I had a call that Egbert had recovered enough for some more questions.
Revealed her supplier, has she?
She still doesn't remember much. She thinks she may have been hit over the head. Presumably when she was being fed the drug.
Ugh.
Sister Hall did verify a superficial scalp wound, Miss Ferguson.
That could have happened when the truck picked up that bin she was in, or in the fight in the kitchen.
Or she could have been hit over the head.
I'm sorry, I can't buy that. Now, drugs are scarce. If someone does get them in here, they're either going to use them or deal them. There is no percentage in forcing them on someone who doesn't want them.
Unless they're trying to get her into trouble.
Why? She's too ineffective to have any enemies.
You know better than to make that sort of statement.
I also know that she has a clear history of involvement with contraband. It's all there in the parole board's report.
Based their decision on 1 or 2 incidents. Not her overall behaviour, and the same thing could happen next time she's up for parole if it goes on her record.
Are you suggesting it shouldn't?
I'm convinced she didn't knowingly take the drug.
God, no wonder this prison's in the mess it's in. You believe any cock and bull yarn those women hand you.
Look, I didn't ask you here to trade insults. I'm appealing to your sense of fairness to give her a chance. I want to treat this matter in-house.
It would be a breach of my position as Deputy Governor. Now, if Egbert wants to stay with the Connors crowd, she has to suffer the consequences.
So you'd crucify the girl even though no one else believes for a minute that she's guilty.
I'm just doing my job, which is, after all, what the Minister expects me to do. And this is the very sort of thing that he has instructed me to put a stop to.
I should have known I'd be wasting my breath. It always has to be by the book with you, doesn't it? At least when it suits you.
All right. Obviously, this means a great deal to you, so I will go this far. Now, you know that I have a source inside the prison. So I'll see what I can find out. And if I find evidence that Egbert is not guilty, then I will pass it on to you.
I will not use informants.
And I will not bend the rules.
All right, for Egbert's sake, I'll try it your way.
Personally, I believe she's guilty. But if we find out that she isn't, then I'm the last one who'd want to see her in trouble. I've got no axe to grind one way or the other.
We better hurry. Just because Tina saw him in the gym don't mean they're going to stay there all
They'll
over.
be there. It's probably their idea of getting ready for a punch-up, doing a bit of gym training.
Oh, geez, Rick, can't I come with you?
I already told you no. Getting involved in a fight's too much of a risk for someone who's up the duff.
Oh, risk, Maxwell and Williams, you've got to be joking.
Look, they're still carrying hardware, Lex. I'll come if you'd like, even the odds.
After what they did to Chucky, they'll need a tank to slow us down.
Yeah, rotten buggers. Let's give them heaps.
Yeah, well, be careful, eh?
They don't call me Rita the Beater for nothing, sweetheart. I don't know about you, Lurch, but I'm going to be enjoying every minute of it. I've been looking for you. There's something we got to sort out.
Really?
Yeah, you lot rack off. This is personal.
You're pretty good at giving people orders, Connors.
Just like you're good at giving kids acid.
No idea what you're talking about.
And how about we draw you a picture?
Oh, great.
Thought I told you lot to clear out.
Maybe you didn't ask politely enough. Keep knit. Now, what was it you wanted to straighten out?
There aren't that many. We can take them.
Yeah, looks like there's nothing else for it.
You'd be fools to try. We'll cut you down before you get 2 feet.
You better know how to use that thing, because I'm going to make you the first.
This what you call a fair fight?
I didn't ask for the fight. You're the ones doing that.
Fight be buggered. You're the only one I'm interested in. Now, are you going to tell them all to rack off, or do I do it in front of them?
Only if you want a full-scale gang war. Well, that's okay by us, but how many of your precious warriors would still be standing at the end of it?
They'd manage.
Okay, but there'd be a lot of women getting hurt. Not to mention trouble from the screws. Is that what you want?
If it would mean getting rid of you, yeah, that's what I'd want.
Seems a pity putting the women through all that just because you and I don't get along.
Fine, leave them out of it. Let's just make it you and me.
I was thinking along those lines myself. 1 to 1. Your best fighter against ours. What would you say to that?
No way. I want the bitch who fixed Julie up, and that's you, Maxwell.
All right. If your side wins, I'll fight you.
You for real?
Yes.
We pick anyone we want from our gang.
And so will we. Well,
All right, you got yourself a deal. When?
I haven't worked that out yet.
Well, don't take too long.
Why don't you get out of here before I change my mind?
Glad to. The stink in here is starting to get to me a bit. Come on, Lurch.
Are you bloody mad? We had him and you let him go.
I don't know who you reckon's going to fight him, but it sure ain't going to be me.
Or me. Or any of us. Your broad idea, you take him on yourself.
I told you I had a plan, didn't I? Well, this is all part of it. And Connors has walked right into the trap.
Amy Ryan?
Joan Ferguson. Just letting you know everything's been taken care of.
Oh, that is good news, Miss Ferguson. You're quite sure? You can guarantee a sentence will be increased?
She'll serve out her last 3 years without parole. I've seen to it personally.
I'm sure you have. You had no problems?
None that I couldn't handle.
What I meant was it couldn't be traced.
I know exactly what you meant. The job is done. It's just the matter of the financial arrangement.
Well, of course. The money will be deposited in your account this afternoon. Thank you, Miss Ferguson. It's been a pleasure doing business with you.
Yes, I'm sure. Goodbye.